Okay, this is just a recap of yesterday's stuff. We did rules like we know. It's just that in our rules, the math involved fractions. Okay, so these are the coefficients. So with coefficients, you just do the math. Okay, so what's the math? 1/5 times 3/4. Okay, with coefficients, you just do the math. So this is a times, you do a times. So the new coefficient would be 3/20. The base is x. And then with the exponents, you need to do the rules. So what do you do in this scenario with exponent rules? If there's a multiplication, you actually add. Okay, so let's make the bottom into a 15. So this would get times by 5, and this would get times by 3. Okay, there's no coefficients on this question, so exponents, rules. So if this is a times, I'm going to do what? Add them. So I'm going to do a 20 on the bottom. So I made the 5 a 20. So I would have to multiply by 4. Turning the 4 into a 20, I'm going to be multiplying by 5. So 12 plus 5, that's where I got 17/20. Now, I have an exponent rule. So what am I doing? I'm going to multiply. So 17 times 2 would give me 34. And 20 times 3 would give me 60. No, just leave it. It's fine right now. Just looking for, do you know your rules? Okay, this next one looks very crazy, but it should take you 2 seconds to answer it. Okay, what is anything to a 0? All of this is really 1. 1 times that, and that's what I get. Okay, this question has a coefficient involved, so I'm going to do some coefficient math, and I'm going to do some exponent rules. So negative 27 to a 1/3 is the math. Okay? Does anybody remember an exponent that looked like this is doing the exact same thing as what else? Cube rooting. So can you think of something that would go times, 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 and then end up as a negative 27? Negative 3. So that's the coefficient math. And then the exponent rules, I will have to multiply. If it helps you multiplying fractions, I would write that over 1, just to keep it straight. So the base x would get a negative 4 on the top and a 3 on the bottom. Okay, so these questions tend to be the harder ones on the test just because following along with those rules plus a little bit more tedious math.